So man, what up, y'all? I ain't gonna waste no time. I was gonna talk about the Falcons, the Warriors, and the Raiders this week. And if you watch my videos before, the funny thing is, I talk about sports, and then I talk about men's rights things. When I say men's rights, MGTOW, and things that are important to men. But I usually don't talk about them together. I usually make separate videos. It's men rights stuff. You can look on my profile and look at those videos, and then I come with the lighthearted sports stuff. But this is one of them rare times where the two worlds, and really to be honest, we really keep them divided because we like to talk about our sports, but it's really not anything new that these two worlds have collided, men's rights and sports. But with Jon Gruden, um, I really got a whole lot to say, and I'm gonna try to just keep it short and sweet. I had a couple points I just wanted to touch on because this whole shit really made me upset, and I'm gonna start from this point right here. On Sunday afternoon, when we played our game against the Bears, they beat our ass. We scored 9 points the whole game. It was our second loss in a row. And so right now, just talking about the football. At the end of that game, 5 years into the Gruden era, before any of this email stuff ever came out, I was one of the number one people screaming, "Fire Gruden. We need to get rid of this dude." And I was mad because I was going, there's no way to fire this cat. He's in a guaranteed 10-year contract that we're in the middle of. But I was one of the people saying we need a new coach. The game has passed him by. He can't call an offense. He needs to go. That was me as of Sunday. Be careful what you wish for. So I say all that to say I'm not even mad that Gruden is not the coach anymore of the Raiders. That needed to happen for football reasons. But as a man, when we talk about men's rights, as a fan of football, right? Like, it's a lot about this whole shit that fucking don't rub me right, bro. It's a whole lot about this shit that don't rub me right. It's a lot. And it's a whole lot to unpack here. I don't even know if I'm going to get us all in one video. But I really want to start off the top. The top. Two things. One, the first emails that he made that were supposedly racial. Let me just say, Dave Chappelle was right. You can talk about murder. The comments that he made that were supposedly racist against black people, he was able to come out and apologize and keep his job. But as soon as you say something about them gay folks, cancel culture. You done. That's the number one offense. You can murder somebody. You can touch a kid and come back from that. In some of these people's minds, you can burn a country down, but you best not say nothing about it wrinkle. So, with that said, I just went in because a lot of time we take stuff. I wonder how many of y'all have really even read these emails. People just take the word of mouth and say, yeah, he sent some racist emails. He's a racist. I went, hold on now. This is what we going to do. Because you know what I do over here. I don't play no games. We don't do word of mouth over here. Okay? What we do over here is we don't do word of mouth over here. Let's come over here. And let me pull up now. So these were messages, 650,000 emails, by the way. But the emails that we're talking about from Gruden were sent from his private email to Bruce Allen. Okay. And in those comments, specifically, the ones about the Morris Smith, the comment that he made was, "Dumb Boris Smith has lips the size of Michelin tires." Then I go look at the picture of the guy he's talking about. Got some big lips, look like my lips. You got big lips. Okay, but let me just first start there. Okay. There was nothing racial about that. I just want to put this out there for the record because I'm so tired of people speaking on behalf of black people. And I don't speak on behalf of black people, but I'm black and I speak on behalf of me. I'm so tired of people telling me what's racist. If I don't get offended, that shit ain't racist. He said this motherfucker had big lips. Let me explain something. He in the middle of a negotiation. He's mad. And in a private email with a friend, he throws an insult at somebody he's mad at. Who hasn't done that? I'm black. You know how what we did in school? We Joan. That's what we called it, Joan. And some people call it, what do they call it? I don't even know what y'all call it. Cracking jokes, whatever it's called. But we called it Joning. And when you Joan somebody, I heard plenty of jokes about my big lips, bubble lips. I heard plenty of jokes, and what you did was you took whatever you could take. You looked somebody up and down, and if it was your shoes that was dirty, I'm about to get on your shoes. If you had a funny shaped head, I'm about to get on your head. If you had big lips, I'm about to call out your lips. And if you would have been 400 pounds, I would have called you a fat motherfucker. So if he would have called DeMaurice Smith a fat motherfucker, it would have just been the fat community out and open saying he's fat shaming instead of the gay community saying, or whatever. The point is, he said DeMaurice Smith has lips the size of Michelin tires. What? He didn't say nothing about him being black. He didn't say black lips. He didn't say, I hate this black motherfucker in his big. Y'all just want to twist wherever y'all want to twist. And when you do this, and I'm not saying black people, I'm talking about you white apologists who do this shit so-called on my behalf. When you take these little clearly not racist things like this and try to turn it into a racial issue, all you do is devalue my word and the word racism when something really happens. When George Floyd gets pulled over and murdered. When something really racist happens, y'all make the word a joke so that people these conservatives, right, who I don't have a problem with y'all conservatives, but y'all make it a joke so that when I really have something happen and go, that was racist, everybody goes, they roll their eyes because of bullshit like this. And I'm going to call it bullshit. There was nothing racist about this. He shouldn't even apologize for this. If I was him, I would look the team in the eye and said, I cracked Joselin's big ass lips. And then I would have scrolled up and showed the damn picture to the team and listened to them laugh for 5 minutes. But that was racist and we let that slide, quote unquote. So then I go to the homophobic comments. It's very similar what I'm noticing here. It's a comment that was made and taken out of context to fit an agenda. He said something about a black guy. They made it a racist comment and tried to get him up out of there. He didn't get fired. And they said, oh, don't worry. We got more emails. I'm looking at the other emails and I'm going to quote it here. This is my channel. Gruden called the league's commissioner, Roger Goodell, a faggot and a clueless anti-football pussy. I've probably said those exact words watching some games and some of the bullshit that Roger Goodell has enacted. Some of these phantom calls on quarterbacks. I saw one in the Jets versus Falcons games last week where like dude did a form tackle on Matt Ryan and they gave them a roughing the passer. He called Goodell a clueless anti-football pussy and a faggot. And then he said that Coach Jeff Fisher, the coach of the Rams, was pressured to draft queers. Okay, in the context of him calling Goodell, he wasn't even saying I really think Goodell's gay and I hate gay people. He was using... I don't even have to explain to y'all how he was using that word. Because if you're a real man, you've used that word in the same context. And it had nothing to do with the person's sexuality whatsoever. It could have literally been a woman. You're like, oh my gosh, he's being such a fag about this, bro. And then he said what he said about Michael Sam. Homophobic. We talking about private emails. When I heard the stories, I'm thinking the comments are like, these fucking fags should die and hang, and I would never want to be around these black motherfuckers. And I'm reading the emails, and I'm like, bro, this is literally, not to quote Donald Trump, this is literally locker room talk. And being that it's his private email, he has a right to have locker room talk. And I say this and go one step further as a black man. I support my white brethren's right to be racist in private. I support your right to be racist in private. Nobody has any right to tell you what to actually think or believe in your own private. As long as you're not going to work and taking that out, right? I mean, if you can come to work and do your job and work with me, that's all I ask. I don't give a... You are allowed in your private time to not like certain things and express that with your private friends in your own private way. If you're not, then go ahead and legislate thought crimes. Let's just put it out there. Then we talk about this whole shit. It's really a hit job. I can see what it is. Goodell got called. He ain't like what he got called. The only emails out of 650,000 emails got leaked, and this was a Washington football team investigation, and the only emails that got leaked was Jon Gruden's emails. And the only shit they could find out all these emails is this weak ass, pussy ass fucking bullshit that he called somebody a fucking faggot. We all think Roger Goodell is a fucking faggot. Fuck Roger Goodell. DeMaurice Smith, you do got some big ass lips. And I'm black and I said that shit. That shit ain't racist. It's fucking true. I got big ass. I mean, so the whole shit, I would have been fine if they would have just said we're firing Gruden because he's not a good coach. But this whole shit reeks of a hit job. It's Goodell behind it. I don't like it. It makes you not like the whole NFL. And I'm going, this was a Washington football team organization. What come out of then? And then the team who's suing the Washington football team, their legal team came out and said, hey, NFL, since y'all released all these Jon Gruden emails, why don't y'all release all 650,000 emails? Let's all go through. And NFL said, no, why? Oh, why? Y'all don't want us to see everybody else's dirt? Let's see your emails, Roger Goodell. Roger Goodell ain't never called nobody a fucking faggot before. I don't believe it. I don't buy it. Or worse. Never made a comment about a Jewish person. Never made a comment about a woman. Never had anything happen in his history in the last 30, 40 years that somebody could dig up and use against you, which is what my next point was going to be. That's all this Me Too movement shit is. It's about women have almost no accountability in society already. They can cry rape on you, Deshaun Watson, and ruin your whole career without any proof. And if it comes back, it'll be a blurb. And she could say I was young and I was confused. And men's accountability has gone the other way. We are not only accountable for what we do, we're accountable for what we've done, we're accountable for what we think. In Gruden's case, these emails they pulling up, he was working for ESPN. Hold on, think about this now. Imagine you right now at your job. Imagine you at your job right now. Your boss come in and he's like, hey man, we gotta let you go. And you're like, the fuck? You know what I'm saying? I've been a perfect employee. I've only been here for 3 years. What's going on? Well, unfortunately, we received reports that at your prior job that you had 8 years ago, on your personal cell phone, you sent a dick pic to some girl that you used to date. And you're like, wait, what? On my personal phone at a job from 8 years ago? What do that got to do with today? They're like, well, unfortunately, we have no fucking idea what this has to do with anything from 8 years ago that you did on your private time. But, you called Roger Goodell a fag, basically, and he didn't like that, and so you got to go. And why I don't like this is I ain't feeling sorry for Jon Gruden. He's going to get his money. He's whatever. He's got plenty of money, but it feels like a men's right thing. It feels like there's none of us that are safe anymore. There's no guy that's safe from anything. If you get any kind of position in life, if you start making any kind of money, get any kind of fame, literally everything you ever said, did, or thought is subject to be investigated and torn apart. And you are not even given the benefit of doubt that you could have possibly changed in all those years. Anybody knew me in high school, this is real shit. If I ran for president, anybody knew me in high school, I used to say I'm an atheist. I don't believe in God at all. And as years have gone by, I don't go to church and all that, but I've come more to the side of, man, I think there has to be something out there. So if I ran for president, somebody come out and go, I went to high school with him. He's saying he a God-fearing man. He don't even believe in God. I can't change my point of view from high school. And I could go on all day about this. I just think it's a real slippery slope we get into. And it started with Me Too. When you start letting people dig into 30 years back and 10 years back and things you thought, not even things you even did. Right? The fact Deshaun Watson, they saying, and then I love how numbers supposed to make it more official. They're saying 20 women, Deshaun Watson did this too. So it's 20 women or whatever the number is. I challenge you. How many went and made a police report? At the time they're saying something happened. Now take that number and compare it to how many went straight to a civil lawyer trying to get a fucking check. It's getting real old, and that's why I don't support this. So I was ready to go to war against this, even if I would have actually saw some racist or homophobic emails. But I don't even see that. This is some bullshit. It's some bullshit. If it don't smell right, I'm gonna call it like I see it. Raider Nation gonna be okay. But I don't even know if I fuck with football like that. I wanna see your emails, Roger Goodell. This was some bitch ass shit that just went down. Raider Nation mad about it. I'm speaking on our behalf, man. Fuck the NFL and fuck Roger Goodell. Out of here, man.